All right, I have a pretty exciting one today. I have the new foil drive Fusion with me, and I'm gonna be setting it up, taking it out for my maiden voyage on it, and I'm gonna try it in some waves and see if you can use the foil drive Fusion in waves. Waves are small today, but they're there. So let's get to setting up. So first note, here's a look. They're calling this thing a barnacle. Barnacle extends the power plug kind of further up. It's mainly to accommodate integrated mass. You can still use this plug on a longer one. I'm just plugged in quick and easy, so I'm just running the barnacle with a non-integrated mast currently, but that doesn't matter. Also to note, battery is in the nose cone. So what I'm noticing is I do want to plug it in right now. I'm filming it. Oh, I got distracted, but basically the nose cone is attached to the battery. So you have to plug it in like how I usually set up. I set this on the ground, put my front wing on, then turn it back over, and then put the battery in, but the battery will already be in when it's connected. So that's something a little different. Also worth noting, the shorter trench board of the Zapple S, this is too long for it. It sticks out the back. So I'm putting it on the Sonova board. It's got a longer track. I'll show you the fitment of it right now. There's the fitment in this track. So if you have any normal trench board that's, you know, 5.0 or bigger, you're gonna have no problem. Actually, what is this Sonova? This Sonova's 410. The track's plenty long, so it's just those shorter ones. Another thing to note, lots of notes here. The bolts now are all M7. So if you have the M7 split bolts from foil drive, you can use those, but the M8s will not fit through these slots. Good note there. We are going to get out on the water with this foil drive Fusion and see how it goes in the waves. I am gonna take a quick rip on a normal max setup first, just so I get the full back-to-back comparison, Fusion versus max. So I'm on the Zapple and I'm gonna go with a max. Feeling like I got a good feel of what the max feels like. I'm gonna switch over to the Fusion, and then it's not gonna be the exact same setup because the Fusion does stick out a little on the Zapple S. You could run it sticking out, but honestly I want to try the Sonova board anyways. So that's my disclaimer, is it's gonna be a little different setup. I'm on a 900 wing now. I'm gonna be on an 860R from Code after. Very similar wings, but yeah, gonna give this Fusion a go and see the differences. I'm excited to try it. Riding the Fusion, right off the bat, I feel like it had more torque. I fell on my first get up because I just shot out of the water. Felt a little more powerful, but that might have just been the trigger. Here we go, first wave. another new thing that I want to talk about is the new remote. See this here? This remote's super cool. Took me a minute to figure out the buttons because, well, it's a different remote. But once I figured out the buttons, it was easy. The remote is super cool because it'll track things like top speed, your temperature, watts. Let's see what else. Oh, I'm pressing buttons tonight. Motor RPM, the amps, the volts, the battery stuff, my throttle, battery percentage, but then it also has gears. So you can have gears instead of just throttle. I have it set on throttle right now because I'm used to that and I didn't really want to figure out the gears right now. But essentially it has 5 gears you can go through. I'm not entirely sure on what it does and why you would use gears over throttle, but I think it's cool that they added that feature nonetheless. I'm on a wave right now. There we go. Woo. Overall, so far it feels good. It feels fine. Like surfing in the waves, I definitely feel like I feel a little bit more swing weight to it, but it is a little bit heavier, so we can imagine that would happen. But it's not like it's a deal breaker on performance. I'm still able to pump, connect waves. We'll make sure this is on. Oh, it also has session time and distance. So record your distance, which will be super cool to look back on it every session. Let's see if I can beat my top speed. Speed test. I can't even go full throttle. I can't keep the board down. So that's a good sign. That means there's plenty of speed. All right, let's surf some more waves. All right, I think my theory is that they put gears on this thing to mitigate the start. If you put it on a lower gear, I assume that's gonna get you up easier pulling full throttle. Cause like, you know, throttle is sensitive, you gotta be gentle on it. But I'm just like blowing, oh my gosh. I am just like blowing out of the water, which is just something I gotta get used to. But that just means it'll be good for smaller wings getting up on them, or super windy conditions, or bigger riders, things like that. So now let's get into some more waves. able to connect waves with it. So that's good. I'm gonna end the session here on the, but overall, I think the Fusion is definitely surfable. It feels like it weighs a little bit more, but that's just to be expected. If you're going for a longer adventure, a longer reef, like you got to get somewhere, in my pictured rocks video, the Fusion would have been very good for that because I was still pumping in the pictured rocks video, but I wanted a little more battery. So for something like that, the Fusion would be perfect, getting you that more battery. But also just for e-foiling, obviously, you know, I think that's the target for the Fusion, is if you're just wanting to motor around. But if you need something that can do it all and have a long battery life, then this Fusion is it. Would I take this out to a break, that like a shore break, not shore break, I don't foil in shore breaks, like just a break that's right off of a beach or right off of the mainland? Probably not. I would probably still use my foil drive max or even slim for that, but I think the Fusion has its use cases, and I'm pleasantly surprised as to how this is going. Also, I'm stoked on this remote. I want to get one of these just for the max unit, which you can do. So overall, thanks for watching this video on the brand new foil drive Fusion. Catch you later.